Hi folks, how you doing? I'm Ross Minton. This is Grow Your Own Life. As always, please like and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps push me up that YouTube algorithm as I walk in a pothole. Anyway, it was just a quick one today because I wanted to talk about weeding, because I think far too many people are weeding too much. And without further ado, let's get straight to it. I did my bathroom over lockdown, but first ever time I properly decorated, really. Well, like on my own. I've done it before, but I've always had people to help me. So obviously I tried it on my own. It was alright, but you know. So a lot of people have a really immaculate allotment. It's crystal clean, there's not a weed in sight, and then they wonder why they have a slug or a snail problem. And this is a situation with weeding that I don't think a lot of people get, especially beginner gardeners. And that is, it's quite simple. It's quite a simple concept to think about, but slugs, snails, caterpillars, all that kind of thing, they've got to eat something. They have to eat something. So if you clean your plot, if you completely clear it of every dandelion, every dock, every bit of sticky weed, every single thing you can find, and all that's left on your plot is tasty lettuce, cabbages, cucumbers, courgettes and everything else, what will happen is you will give the insects and the invertebrates and the snails and slugs and everything else nothing else to eat but your crops. And the fact of the matter is, most slugs, snails and other things, they're not really that interested in your crops. They're not really fussed by lettuce and cabbage in the slightest. They'd much prefer to eat docks and dandelions. Oh, there's a wasp. They'd much prefer to eat docks, dandelions and everything else. But you've taken them all away, so there's nothing left for them to eat. Here's a good example. This morning down the allotment, this is my greenhouse. Now I grow this dock in my greenhouse. It's a self-setter, it started to grow and I've left it there. And the reason I've left it there is because my chickens eat it. But also it encourages slugs and snails to it. And you think, why would you want to encourage slugs and snails in your greenhouse? But have a look around my greenhouse. There's sunflowers, there's dahlias, there's young tomato plants, there's lettuces, there's loads of things in there that you would expect a snail to munch on. But he's not munching on any of that. He's munching on the dock that's in the corner, because that's what he wants, or she wants. That's his food source. That's what he's used to eating. And because there's docks on my site, the snails eat the docks, and they're not bothered by anything else because they've got plenty of docks and nettles and dandelions to go at. And all you've got to do is keep a weedy patch in a couple of places on your allotment. When the weeds get too big, dig them out, cut them back a bit, as you would with any plant that spreads. You know, we do it with lily of the valley and cornflowers and all that kind of thing. When they spread, you cut them back and you start again. You do the same with nettles, you do the same with docks, you do the same with all that kind of thing. Just cut them back and start again. When your dandelions flower, let them flower for a bit, let the bees get the pollen off them, and then pull the heads off so they don't go to seed and then they don't spread. But you don't have to dig them up, uproot them, and have no weeds whatsoever. That's just really bad for the biodiversity of your plot. And you're just encouraging slugs and snails then to eat your veg because there's nothing else for them to eat.